The scariest thing for anyone is waking up every morning and realizing there's no one or nothing in life to wait for, to strive for. Story: the morning without anyone waiting. On a small sunlit street, men lived alone in an old room on the third floor. Every morning, sunlight slipped through the thin curtain, painting his face a pale golden hue. He opened his eyes and stared at the ceiling. No good morning messages. No cat meowing. No one calling his name. Only the sound of cars outside and the whisper of wind through the trees. Min used to be a dreamer. When he was a student, he wanted to become a designer, someone who could create things that made others smile. He once loved a girl, wrote pages of plans for their future, and believed a bright tomorrow awaited him. But one by one, everything disappeared. His girlfriend went abroad and married someone else. His first job failed, the company went bankrupt. Friends grew busy and slowly drifted away. Min still ate, still breathed, still moved, but he had nothing to live for. He woke up, went to work, came home, ate dinner, scrolled on his phone, and went to bed. Every day felt like a copy of the one before. That special morning, one Sunday morning, Min woke earlier than usual. He stepped out to the balcony. The street was still damp after a night of rain. An old woman sold sticky rice at the corner. A little boy ran, carrying lunch to his mother. The security guard watered the plants by the gate. Everyone was busy with something, a job, a person, a purpose, something that made them want to start a new day. But Min had nothing. No one needed him. No one waited for him. He sat down and watched life go on as if it had quietly forgotten him. And for the first time, Min felt afraid. Not of dying, but of living a life that had nothing to live for. A small encounter. That day, while walking aimlessly, Min saw a small kitten curled up beside a trash bin. Its fur was soaked, its yellow eyes pleading for help. Without thinking, he picked it up, took it home, dried it, and fed it. He named it Mew. The first day, Mew just slept. The second day, it wandered around the room. By the third day, when Min returned from work, Mew ran to the door and meowed softly. That tiny sound made Min smile, a smile he didn't realize he had forgotten. From that day on, Min had a reason to come home. Days passing slowly, he woke up earlier to feed Mew. He cleaned the room, hung up the old curtains, and planted a small pot of flowers on the balcony. At night, he read books while Mew curled beside him. Those little things didn't change the world, but they changed Min. He started drawing again, creating small designs to post online. Not for money, but for the simple joy of doing what he once loved. One day, someone bought his design. Then another. Then another. He began to receive small freelance projects, not big ones, but enough to make him feel useful again. A conversation on the rooftop. One evening, his neighbor, Lan, a piano teacher, saw Min on the rooftop. She asked, "Why do you always stand here, looking down at the street?" Min smiled. "I just like watching people start their day. They have someone to wait for, something to do. But me," Lan interrupted, "you have Mew. You have your plants. You have your art. You have more than you think." Her words lingered in Min's mind. Maybe he didn't need something grand to live for. Maybe a small reason to wake up was already enough. 1 year later, Min still lived in that same small room, but it wasn't the same anymore. There was the sound of a cat running, piano music from the next room, green plants, and laughter. He worked as a freelance designer, taught a few students, and smiled more often. Each morning, he brewed coffee, opened the window, and sunlight poured in. Mew stretched lazily on the desk, and Min thought maybe the scariest thing isn't having nothing to wait for, but refusing to look for something worth waiting for. The philosophical message: life doesn't always take everything away. Sometimes it simply asks, do you still have something worth living for? And if the answer is yes, even a small yes, a cat, a hobby, a person, a dream, then you're still alive, truly alive. Because only when we have something to wait for, to strive for, and to love, do we really have a reason to wake up each morning. Ending: to live without anything to wait for, that's the slowest kind of death. But to find even one small reason to move forward, that's already a rebirth.